Welcome to another episode of Candid Convos. Today's guest is Mario Simonyan. Before founding ESQGO, Mario built and sold two seven-figure businesses on Amazon. As a result, he has a deep understanding of the unique challenges modern businesses face, particularly when it comes to e-commerce. His knowledge and experience, both as a lawyer and an entrepreneur, are woven into the very fabric of their firm. Mario and his team bring modern legal solutions to the problems that modern businesses encounter in today's global marketplace, both online and in the real world. But without any further ado, allow me to bring him in. Mario, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. That was a wonderful introduction.
Oh, and a very interesting profile, the one that you have. I'm amazed that before you had your law firm, you were already a business owner with two different businesses, and you also sold those. So honestly, the first thing that came to mind when I found that out is, why did you sell them? Why did you transition from a business owner from two successful businesses to your law firm?
Yeah, so I started selling on Amazon when I was still in law school, Joe. And we were selling, one of the brands was selling like kitchenware and homeware, and the other one was like electronics, like refurbished electronics. And honestly, the point came, it had already been about 4 or 5 years since I was running those businesses, those brands. And the time came for me to sort of exit. At that point, I was getting married. So I was like, all right. And I was also an attorney at that point, right? So the time came where I no longer had a passion for like kitchenware and homeware and things like that. And I was like, all right, I'm an attorney. Let's do something. And I did a lot of research about determining whether there's a need for Amazon sellers to have a law firm or have an attorney represent them, right? And every research that I did, or every sort of calculation I did, the answer was no, that there is really not a need. And I sort of was at the point where I was like, you know what, forget this. Let's just pull the trigger and see what happens. So we did it, and we've been growing very well over the last, I think it's been 4 years now. June 1st, we celebrated our 4 years. So it's been exciting, and definitely a mindset change going from selling physical products or physical goods to now a service. So that took me some time to sort of figure out, but I'm loving what I do now. I get to work with other entrepreneurs, which is something I have always wanted to do. Even when I was in law school, I never wanted to get into criminal law or family law or estates. It was always like, I need to do something where I'm working with other business owners. And I've been fortunate enough to actually have that.
Okay. And would you say that you view yourself as a business owner that has been able to set up different enterprises? Or would you consider yourself more of a law firm owner who's very much involved with their business or with his clients?
I think I'm a business owner first. And it's funny, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. I think I'm a business owner first. Mm-hmm. I just happen to be an attorney, right? So that's how I look at it.
Okay. So I imagine it also it works in your favor, the fact that you are an attorney. Maybe that helps you bring more business in, and also the experience that you have with all of your Amazon business. Is that how you built your practice, or where did you start?
Yeah, so I definitely think there's an advantage to having that business mindset, right? I think the first people, or the first group of people to actually benefit from that are our clients, right? Where I'm not sort of in the middle of cases, but rather taking a macro approach and view and saying, what's the best way we can serve our clients? So there's definitely an advantage there.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you work at intellectual property law, right?
Yeah, so we do, our practice is very niche. We work exclusively with online sellers. So that means Amazon sellers and a little bit of Walmart sellers, Walmart.com third-party sellers. Now, that's one area, but all of our clients, so that's one area. The other side is IP, so copyright, trademark, and patents. But even on the IP side, we're still helping Amazon and Walmart sellers. Mm-hmm. And there's only a handful of us in the world that do this, probably a half a dozen or so. So definitely niche area, and an area that not a lot of people are familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask about that specific niche. what makes this, what makes your business particularly different from others that you see out there, or the ones that you don't see? Because again, this is a very particular thing.
Yeah, so I think just our sort of practice being focused on two marketplaces, right? Really, it's like if, and maybe let me take a step back and tell you how we help. So a lot of these third-party Amazon sellers will have issues with the marketplace or competitors on the marketplace. For example, if you were an online Amazon seller, Joe, you may have your account suspended. Now, it may be suspended for good reason, or it may be suspended because of a bogus reason. Let's say Jennifer down the street files a bogus IP complaint, and now that results in the suspension of your seller account. So that means you're not getting any revenue, no profit. You're still operating your business because you still have expenses, but you're not getting any revenue because now your account's been suspended. So that's when we would step in and try to resolve that situation and get your account, your seller account, reinstated again.
So does it have some sort of a mom and pop feel to it? I was thinking, like, what's this thing that you like most about your clients?
It's probably the similarities maybe between us. Maybe that's what it is. This sort of feeling and confidence of anything is possible, right? Maybe that's what it is. But we also have a policy of that we don't accept any a-holes, whether it's clients or employees, right? So with that mindset, I mean, 99% of our clients we love, and I truly mean that. I mean, it's, you have to appreciate it. You have to respect what these people have been doing. But as far as a mom and pop feeling, some of our clients are smaller. They are mom and pops, right? But some of them are larger. We've got pharmaceutical companies that are doing at least $1 billion a year in revenue, but they still have issues on Amazon, right? So the question that we sometimes get is, well, why do they need you guys? Why don't they have large law firms or inside attorneys helping them? That's absolutely true. They do. They have general counsel. But when it comes to Amazon, they're not experts in that area, right? So they may be the world's smartest, I don't know, contracts attorney. But when it comes to Amazon, we're the experts, right? And that's why they'll hire us, they'll engage us. But we work with general counsel on a regular basis too for these for our clients.
Yeah, so it's also your experience with not working for, but working with this type of platforms, specifically with Amazon. It's something that is giving you a competitive edge, and something that you're able to relate to with either very big or very small or very specific type of clients, all type of clients, as long as, well, as you said it, as long as they're okay people and they're understanding, then of course you can deal with them, and we can relate to that, of course.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Now, let me ask you something different. Your practice seems, from my point of view, it seems very evolved. It seems very advanced. But you also brought in a couple of virtual assistants from us. So I imagine you have very high standards when it comes to how you like doing things, because again, you're battling a Goliath there. How has your experience been like with virtual assistants?
So all of us are remote. So we've got team members here in the US. We've got them in Colombia, in Mexico, in the Philippines, South Africa too, right? So we've got them all over. And that really represents our client base, because really our practice area has no boundaries, right? Because we've got clients from all over the world too. So as far as our VAs, and we really don't differentiate between like who's a VA or who's remote or who's this, who's that. Everyone on the team is treated the same way, and I can guarantee you all of them will attest to the same thing. But again, we do have high standards because we want to make sure that our clients are taken care of, and because of the workload, right? But as far as working with you guys, I mean, we've got 2 VAs from you guys, right? And we'll probably be coming back for at least 1 more in the next quarter. So we love the ability to find people anywhere in the world, and not just limited to Burbank, California, where we are, or LA or California, or even the United States. So I think it's a huge competitive advantage, and really one that we take advantage of.
Would you say, well, let me ask, do you have any people that are in-house, or is everything like completely remote?
We're completely virtual.
Mhm.
So headquarters are in Burbank, but we're completely virtual. We were virtual before COVID. So when COVID came around, it's like nothing really changed for us,
Yeah.
right?
I imagine like all the contrary from some people, like maybe your business blew up even more when COVID hit.
Yeah, so we always knew that e-commerce was going to sort of increase and dominate the industry, right? Or grow as an industry. And COVID really put that on steroids. I mean, it was very unfortunate for a lot of people, but for our business, we were busy because our clients were busy, right? A lot of people were shopping on online, specifically Amazon, because of COVID. So our clients are busy, which means we're busy.
Well, it's nice to see that some people learned a lot and earned a lot from this massive change, because there was so many repercussions for people that didn't see it coming. Like I
Mhm.
can tell you from even the virtual assistant point of view, so many people were left without a job. And then the fact that they're able to get enrolled with businesses like yours and given an opportunity to succeed and to prove themselves as worthy of a high-end business and someone that's working in there, now that's an opportunity. So uh, I don't know if that's something that you notice with your personnel and your virtual assistants, the fact that you were able to do everything virtual. It's like you were in a very different bubble from what everybody else was living in the world. And you were also at a different reality, which makes it even more incredible. So the fact that you have a successful and growing business during a chaotic moment, it also gave this opportunity to people that were looking for it to be able to succeed. And of course, your success has been entangled with that as well, I imagine.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So we didn't have the same challenges as other law firms did, right? Because we're all remote, we're all virtual, and so we definitely took advantage of that. Now, with respect to what's coming next with the economy, um, we'll see what happens there and how we can adapt. But I think that's part of life. Whether we're dealing with Amazon's regulations of them always changing and ever evolving, or the economy, or just something random like a pandemic that occurred out of nowhere. I think that's sort of any business owner's objective, is to always continue to adapt.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I also view that from the business owner point of view. Like there's some things that you shouldn't be doing. There's some things like if you invest your time on something else, then you'll see a lot more revenue than on answering the phones or just setting up meetings or just looking at different vendors. So yeah, that's the type of culture that we like sharing as well. So it was honestly a very nice surprise to hear that type of answer coming from someone like you with that type of business that evolved before evolution demanded it to. So thank you for your answer, and also thank you for your time. But unfortunately, we just ran out of it. Now, before we go, if it's not clear by now, then it will be at this moment. Please let people know where they can find you and what you can do for them.
So our website is ESQGO.com. That's esco.com. And they could go there and it'll have all of our contact information. I think you guys will also share some of our social media links. So they could also find us there. And again, it's anyone that has issues on Amazon or Walmart as sellers, as brands. So that's when they would need us, whenever they have any sort of issue, from something simple as an account suspension all the way to if you suspect maybe one of your competitors is playing dirty, right? So it's a wide range of things we could help with on the marketplace.
Well, thank you very much, Mario. Thank you very much for your time and your experience as well. I know that this will be very useful for everybody that's out there, but we'll see you next time. I hope we get you as a guest again, maybe as a return guest in another episode. But for now, see you next time on the next episode of Candid Convos.